Tonight's edition of WWE NXT was a spectacular one with multiple returns. Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, and Stephanie Baker made their shocking comebacks on the black and silver brand and left with a massive announcement. Fatal Influence sealed a big win tonight on NXT, as they won the #1 contendership for the Women's Tag Team Championship, beating other contenders. However, things didn't end for the heel group as Stephanie Baker, Tiffany Stratton, and Rhea Ripley came out and rushed toward the Fatal Influence towards the ring. Following the segment, WWE officially announced that Fatal Influence will be facing the team of Ripley, Stratton, and Baker at NXT Homecoming next week. Rhea has now reacted to her return to the developmental brand, as she posted a picture of herself with Baker and Stratton in the NXT ring. Rhea Ripley might form a tag team on WWE Raw. The Nightmare has been struggling to find her spot in the singles division on the already star-studded Monday Night Raw, given that she has been in the championship picture for the longest time. However, it appears that the Stamford-based promotion may have revealed the plans for Ripley in the near future. The Kabuki Warrior's Asuka has been messing with the former champion for weeks. This week on Raw, Asuka disrespected Hall of Famer Nikki Bella backstage, which led to their singles match on the flagship show. The Empress of Tomorrow sealed a big submission win over the Hall of Famer, with the help of Kairi Sane's subtle distraction in the bout. Asuka continued to disrespect Nikki backstage. However, this time, Ripley showed up to aid Bella. This may be a hint that Mommy could team up with the former Divas champion to shut down the Kabuki Warriors. It will be interesting to see what plans the WWE creative team has in store for the Nightmare in the coming weeks. Few moments in WWE capture the electricity of a live crowd like the sudden return of a major superstar. On this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, the WWE Universe witnessed one of those moments when former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley made a stunning comeback to television after months away. What made her return even more shocking was that she did not come back alone. She was flanked by two other WWE stars, signaling that something massive is brewing inside the Red brand. Rhea Ripley, often called the Eradicator, has been one of WWE's most dominant forces in recent memory. Whether leading the Judgment Day or standing tall as one of the most feared women's champions in history, Ripley has consistently proven that she is a generational talent. Her return was not only anticipated but came at a time when WWE needed a seismic shift in storylines. The build-up to Ripley's return. Ripley's absence had been felt across both Raw and SmackDown. After suffering an injury earlier this year, she was forced to vacate her Women's World Championship. This left fans heartbroken, as her reign had been one of dominance and prestige, with victories over the likes of Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya. During her time away, the Judgment Day faction, comprised of Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonagh, continued to wreak havoc. But without Ripley, the group lacked its mommy, the emotional and strategic anchor who had often steered them in the right direction. Fans speculated for weeks about when she would return and what role she would play. The seeds of her comeback were planted over the past 2 episodes of Raw, as subtle teases and cryptic backstage promos hinted at a major surprise. When her entrance theme finally hit this week, the live crowd erupted, marking one of the loudest ovations of the year. Ripley doesn't return alone. What truly shocked fans, however, was that Ripley walked to the ring accompanied by 2 other WWE stars. Reports suggest that these allies may not only serve as backup but could also signal a new direction for Ripley's career. While Judgment Day stood strong in her absence, her alignment with new faces suggests possible rifts within the group. Some fans believe this could mark the beginning of a power struggle. With Damian Priest holding the World Heavyweight Championship and Finn Balor constantly pushing his influence, Ripley's return could reignite her role as the true leader. Aligning herself with additional stars strengthens her hand if an internal war breaks out. On the other hand, WWE could be setting the stage for an expanded faction. If Ripley, along with her new allies, continues to support Judgment Day, the group could become even more dominant, spanning multiple divisions in WWE. Rhea Ripley's emotional reaction. After the thunderous reaction from the crowd, Ripley grabbed a microphone and let her emotions flow. She admitted that the past few months had been some of the most difficult of her career. Being forced to step away from the ring, especially after being on such a dominant run, was not easy. She thanked the WWE Universe for their unwavering support and promised that her return was not just about reclaiming what she lost but about taking her career to the next level. In her own words, she declared, "You thought I was gone for good? You thought the Eradicator would just fade away? Not a chance. I'm back, and I'm not alone. This is our time, and nothing, and no one, is going to stop us." Her words sent chills down the spines of fans watching both live and at home. The confidence in her voice made it clear that Ripley is not just returning to pick up where she left off, she's aiming to reshape the entire women's division and possibly WWE as a whole. Fan reactions to Ripley's comeback. Almost immediately, social media lit up with reactions. On X, formerly Twitter, hashtags like #Rhea Ripley and #MommyIsBack trended worldwide. Fans shared clips of her entrance and emotional promo, with many calling it one of the greatest returns in recent Raw history. Some fans expressed joy simply at seeing Ripley back in action, while others speculated about the direction of her storyline. Who are the two stars that joined her? Are they new members of Judgment Day, or is Ripley forming her own breakaway faction? One fan tweeted, "This crowd just exploded for Rhea Ripley. Easily the pop of the year. WWE knows they have a megastar on their hands." Another added, "If Rhea Ripley is leading a new group, sign me up. She's been the glue holding Judgment Day together, but it's time she takes the spotlight all for herself." What this means for the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day storyline is one of WWE's most layered ongoing narratives. Ripley's return could shift the balance of power within the faction. While Damian Priest now stands at the top of Raw as champion, Ripley's influence has always been undeniable. If her alliance with two additional stars leads to conflict, WWE could be heading toward a massive storyline involving faction warfare. Priest and Balor may want to hold on to their leadership, while Ripley and her new allies could stake their own claim. Such a storyline could dominate WWE television for months, leading all the way into WrestleMania season. Alternatively, Ripley could use her return to cement Judgment Day's dominance. Imagine a scenario where the faction expands to include more members, covering every division, men's, women's, and tag team. WWE has not had such a dominant stable since the Shield or Evolution, and Ripley's return could push Judgment Day into that territory. What lies ahead for Ripley? With her return official, the biggest question now is what Rhea Ripley will target first. Will she immediately set her sights back on the Women's World Championship, currently held by Liv Morgan? Or will she focus on solidifying her factional dominance before chasing gold? Given Ripley's track record, it's hard to imagine her staying away from championship gold for long. She was forced to vacate the title due to injury, which means she never lost it in the ring. That alone gives her a strong case to challenge for the championship as soon as possible. A feud with Liv Morgan could be exactly what WWE needs. The two women have history, and the storyline writes itself. Ripley wants back what she never truly lost, and Morgan wants to prove she can stand tall against her toughest rival. Rhea Ripley's return alongside two WWE stars has set the stage for one of the most compelling storylines of the year. Her reaction showed a mix of raw emotion, confidence, and hunger, proving that she's ready to take her career to even greater heights. Whether she remains the backbone of the Judgment Day or forges a new path entirely, one thing is certain: WWE is once again Mommy's world, and everyone else is just living in it. For fans who had been eagerly waiting for Ripley to step back into the squared circle, this return exceeded expectations. It wasn't just about her comeback, it was about the promise of chaos, dominance, and unforgettable moments that only Rhea Ripley can deliver. As Raw ended with Ripley standing tall, the WWE Universe was left buzzing with anticipation. Where will this storyline go? Who exactly are her new allies? And most importantly, how long before Rhea Ripley reclaims the gold she never lost? One thing is for sure, the Eradicator is back, and WWE will never be the same again.